I have a confession to make. Up until now, I wasn't that much into vibe coding. I used AI all the time for Python coding, but I never really built a whole app from scratch in a language I know nothing about. That was up until today, when I encountered this really annoying problem when I had to review a massive amount of talk submissions in a spreadsheet that really hurt my eyes. My idea was, hey, let's create a really sharp UI for the submission review. But then I thought, why not let AI actually help me with the review and the submission itself? Give me some data points about what topics are hot and interesting based on social media discussions. So, how did I get started? I don't know if you're aware, but Antigravity is Google's new AI powered coding agent. I've been looking for an opportunity to play around with it. I use meta prompting to help me get started. So, what is meta prompting, you may ask? Well, it's actually when you go to Gemini 3 and give me the prompt to Antigravity. And you may ask, why should we even do that? But the answer is, well, Gemini 3 actually knows how to craft really great prompts much better than I do. And so I gave that prompt to Antigravity, and that built me the app of my dream that allowed me to upload the CSV with all the conference talks, get a dashboard of the status of each of the talk, whether I reviewed them already or not, and what were the scores I gave them. And it also gave me the really nice UI to review each of the talks as I wanted, and then a little button to get an AI assessment based on the instruction I gave it and the access to different social media with the Google search. Initially, when I review the AI outputs, the AI was way too nice. So then I use what's called few-shot prompting to calibrate it, which is basically I gave examples to Gemini of where it did less well. For example, the score was too high, but the abstract sounded too shallow, not technical enough, not relevant. And I explained it why this assessment is not working well. And after a few of these examples, it became a really strict reviewer, much more calibrated to my interest. And now I can actually use this as an input when I make my own decisions and scoring. Additional modification I made is that I realized it's taken me too long to ask the AI to evaluate each of the talks while I review it. So I also added a batch mode when all the talks are being reviewed in the background. Now I have this wonderful application for myself, but I thought, oh, it would be great to also share it with other reviewers. They might also find this tool helpful. So I actually asked Antigravity to deploy it to Cloud Run for me and then shared it with the rest of the reviewers. So it was pretty fun to actually solve a real problem I had using Antigravity and vibe coding. And I would love to hear from you all if you recently solved a problem using vibe coding. And if you like to play around with Antigravity and deploy your apps to Cloud Run, I'm adding the links here in the comment.